Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial where we'll continue on looking at common FX terminologies. Continuing from the last lecture, we'll be looking at the spread. Now, we talked about the difference between the bid price and the ask price. I will remind you again, the bid price is the price that you can sell a currency pair to a dealer, and the ask price is the price in which you buy the currency pair from the dealer. Now you can see there's a difference between the bid price and the ask price. Now the difference between these two prices is what you call the spread. In this case, there's I think 3 pips between them, and that is what is the spread. Within that spread is what the dealer makes for obviously for the transaction that you have just carried out. We will continue our look at currency pairs. Here we've got the Swiss francs and the US dollar, or the USD Swiss francs. This is the pairing at the USD Swiss francs. Imagine, let's say, the current price of this pair, of this currency pair, is 1.1571, and you suspect that there's going to be a rise in the transaction, or the amount that you're going to be able to buy it. Say to if let's say in the future you say speculate that it's going to be 1.1671, which is a difference of about 100 pips to buy the currency pair. So what do? So you've got now, what you're really doing is you're speculating that there is going to be this 100 pip rise from the current value to what you probably is a future value here. So what you do is that you buy the currency pair. Now when you buy the currency pair, you're doing two things straight away. You're simultaneously buying, by doing a buy transaction, you're simultaneously buying the USD and selling the Swiss francs. So you're long on the US dollar, and then you're short on the Swiss franc. So then that in the future, when the price has risen by 100 pips, you'll find that your US dollar will now buy you more Swiss francs. That is really the thing to always remember, that because there is a pairing here, that in this case where we're carrying out a buy transaction, what you're doing is simultaneously buying the base currency, which is the US dollar, and then you're selling the other currency, which is the Swiss franc, or otherwise called the counter currency. Now the reverse is the case. Should you be looking, say, for a drop in the current price, and you're looking, if you're thinking that the exchange value will be say 100 pips difference, but on the downside, we'll look at that in a minute. So here it is. Say this is the current price, 1.1571, and if let's say you're suspecting that it will drop by say 100 pips, and now will give you 1.1471. So what you do in this case is that you sell, and when you sell, which means you're going short on this currency pair, by doing so, what you're doing is that you're going short on the US dollar, but you're simultaneously going long on the Swiss francs. So always remember that there's a currency pair. When you're short in one, you're long in the other one. So in this case, we're suspecting that there's going to be a drop of about 100 pips. So we go short on the US dollar, but we now go long on the Swiss francs. I suppose one way to look at it is that when you now cover the short in which you are now carrying on this particular currency, you'll find that you're now going to be using a smaller amount, 1.1471, to buy you the same $1 that you had before. So which leaves you a profit difference of about 100 pips. Or for sake of clarity, to put it in a slightly different way, you believe there's going to be a drop of 100 pips in the exchange rate of the dollar franc from by 100 pips. What you do is that you're shorting the US dollar, and you're going long on the Swiss francs. And what then happens is that when you cover your short, the Swiss franc, which you bought before at 1.1571, you're now able to exchange it at a rate of 1.1471. It means that you're making a profit by doing this transaction this way. Or, in other words, what you would have sold at 1.1571, when you do cover your short and buy back, you're now buying it back at 1.1471. With that, we come to the end of this tutorial, where we looked at spreads, and then we looked at the currency pair and how we execute transactions based on whether we think there's a rise or a fall in the exchange rate value of the currency pair. We will continue on common forex terminology at the next lecture.